So, me playing as Nurgle and Seb playing as the Tomb King. This is my second match against Seb, playing as Nurgle, bringing the default Chaos Lord, like I did the last one. He's also on his Rot Beast, same with the Caster. Caster's on a Steed this time around. For this battle, I wanted to bring... I changed up my build a little bit, not much. But my usual build, I bring a lot of chaff in the front just so they can absorb any range units like the skeleton archers and things like that. But I am bringing Exalted Plague Bearers, which the Exalted Plague Bearers get they get a grenade, like a Nurgle grenade, which is really good at clearing some of the chaff units like these skeleton warriors of the front line of the Tomb Kings. Over here, I have, where are they? The Plague Ogres. Plague Ogres, these disgusting little juggernauts. They have armor piercing, really good anti-infantry. They should be able to do well against Ushabti, I believe, and basically all of the infantry here that the Tomb Kings like to bring out. Like Tomb Guard, Nahakara Warriors, and Skeleton Warriors. These things should demolish. I'm not seeing any skeletal spears, so that really that's really invigorating my use of these guys. I do have a Death Caster of Nurgle, as opposed to the caster of Nurgle Art of Magic. What is it called? I don't know. I think it's Art of Magic. He's bringing a Cetra. Obviously, you can see Cascade of Souls, which is doing some decent artillery work. As you can see here, I'm trying to maintain my dodging here. Cetra on the War Sphinx, really good against infantry, as you'll see later in the battle, but not so much against people like my Lord and my Caster. He's bringing up the Chosen of the Gods, Ushabti Greatbow. These guys have split shot, armor-piercing shield breakers. These are really good against like everything here. And you can just see right out the gates me dodging some shots here, but you can see shots splitting at the end. I honestly don't think the way to go is to shoot at my Chaos Sorcerer, just because he can dodge so easily. As you can see in the front here, sending my Lord to once again try and fuck up his War Sphinx, which is what I did last game, which he knew, and he's trying to play off of it, trying to get in out of fights like this, which he's trying to do physical protection to make him last longer. But as you can see, I don't know what's happening here. Maybe the melee defense is so high, you can already see 71 melee defense, which is a ton of melee defense. And his melee attack is 16. I don't even remember blinding him. But 16 melee attack, which is kind of crazy. So he just can't land a hit on my Lord. Right here in the front line, Nurglings engaging the Skeleton Warriors. They should honestly beat the Skeleton Warriors, because the Skeleton Warriors' melee attack will be lowered. But as you can see here, War Sphinx coming in, hitting a huge chunk, taking a huge chunk off the Nurglings' HP right there, which is to be expected. My Lord, the entire thing he's trying to do this battle is to just get in there and get engaging that Lord and tying him down. I didn't see these back here, but I'm moving my Marauder Horsemen to move around because my Chaos Knights got caught back here by the Ushabti and Nehekar Horsemen. The Chaos Knights will win, but it will take a while, and later on I'll move them because I don't want them engaging this when they have a unit of archers and Ushabti bows, casting a little bit of the AoE, what is it called? The Vortex, Purple Sun of Xerxes. Didn't do a whole lot of damage, a whole lot of HP damage actually, which sucks because these are a regenerating unit. But as you can see, you'll see right here, I have Exalted Plague Barrels 98. You'll watch these guys. These guys, I tried to get them to get their grenades off since I realized he was hunting them with his Lord. So I was just trying to get that grenade off. And then, sadly, the Marauders break right here, casting a little bit of Spirit Leech on these big, expensive units. It's a lot helpful to do it on the expensive units. With a lot of health, low entities tend to be pretty useful here. My backline offensive doesn't work, but the physical resistance on these guys does not matter when they're being hit by magical artillery. And then here come the Ushabti and Nehekar Warriors, which you'll be able to see here. Just, they get tanked down so fast. Watch this charge. Like already a couple swings in, health is lowering, these guys are about to break. You can see my Chaos Lord of Nurgle coming in like a baseball, heading straight for Cetra. Because he's just on Cetra this entire game. He needs to be, or else there's no chance of me winning this if Cetra's just here destroying my infantry. But even with this melee damage reflection, all that, the Plague Bearers Exalted 2, very expensive unit, gone right off the bat. Here come my Plague Ogres breaking through the Tomb Guard there and going straight for the Ushabti bows here. You can see the two large units fighting in melee. Obviously, the Plague Ogres will win that, smacking around these Ushabti Great Bow a little bit. They're really good against infantry, struggle against large entities, but as you can see, this is what I don't want happening. Concentrated fire my expensive unit is not the way to go. My knights finally broke through, but are getting surrounded, and they should be pushed off soon. I go for a charge here with the Ogres. Ogres, really good charge from them. Catching 2 ranged units is really good for me, but as you can see, they just like mince up infantry units. Cetra once again being elusive against my Chaos Lord. And all that's left over here, 1 Chaos Warrior fighting against these. And this took a while to beat down these Tomb Guard. Chaos Warriors versus Tomb Guard. Tomb Guard was really, really destroying them. A little bit of a misclick there. But he's summoned in the Ushabti, which are obviously going to make short work. You can see them popping in. Ushabti is so cool. Getting absolutely executing all my Chaos Warriors here. They will get decimated there in that fight. Nurgling's combat even, just bogging down these units. Over here you can see the artillery mincing up my Chaos Warriors. I let this thing fire for way too long, I believe, getting 1,000 value. I don't believe that pays for itself yet. As you can see, Ogre's going in over here. He got the Ushabti and the arrows out of there, all of the arrows. And I'm just trying to keep these archers honest, trying to keep them not firing at me as much as possible. He's firing at my units that I'm forgetting on the back lines here, which I will soon remember, but it won't matter because the morale is so low at this moment. Once again, my entire front line is basically gone at this point, routed to the wind. And he did a really good move bogging me down here, and I thought this was it. My lord is bogged down. What can he do in this situation? So much mass of the Ushabti guarding him. My Chaos Warriors, as prophesized, were demolished by the Ushabti. Plague Ogres absolutely destroying infantry as they should. Up to 160 kills now, only going up. I use my Deathcaster to get some Spirit Leeches on. Since I can't get my Lord through to get the gap, I'm going to try and Spirit Leech until he reaches such a low amount of health that his leadership will lower and he'll just crumble. And since he's a single entity, more damage the better, because he's just going to do less and less damage. See another big charge here, knocking those fellas down. Ogre's going in there, 168 damage. I popped in a Fecundity, the army ability, on them. And now, at this point, I turn my Plague Ogres around. Cetra's in there with a bunch of big mass units. I'm going to get a lot of good hits in. And I turn the Plague Ogres around, and their goal is just start swinging until he breaks. You can see some of them are still fighting. Most of them are trying to get swings in on Cetra, and Cetra is stuck there because of how big these guys are. And he can't move, so he's just getting smacked and smacked and smacked. And I was thinking of using a Spirit Leech right here, but it was no need because the Plague Ogres, they're so big full of mass. And right then is the second battle against Seb, where he has lost Cetra. Cetra now being dead. Huge boon to me. His archers, still plenty of ammo, but they're stuck in melee, which you don't want them here. I imagine what you should try to do right now is pull the archers out, pull all your archers to the side. Which I'm trying to keep the archers pinned down, even with my Lord over here, which is just trying to make him break. But as soon as the Ushabti come in, I'm like, it's time to go. I have to head over here to the middle. I casted a AoE Doom and Darkness in hopes to crumble these units. Like, for example, the Ushabti, trying to get them below 0 leadership, which doesn't seem to be working well. Skeleton Archers are at -9 and slowly crumbling here. Really good for me. It's really hard to get any units in here as they're so far away, so slow, and these Cascade of Souls are just raining in on them. But now Cascade of Souls are gone. We still got some wavering units coming in from these Skeleton Kingdoms. And over here, just casting Spirit Leech on the Ushabti here. One of the Ushabti, because I gotta get the HP of some of those low count entities, high HP down. Plague Ogre is forced to retreat, but they just rally back really low health, but they still have half of their models. So with some healing, they could be brought back up to half. Finally, he's getting shots in with the Ushabti again. Kind of a hard place to hit any shots. If I were him, I would just completely focus on the reinforcements, as that could be army losses. But over here, my Chaos Lord and Chaos Sorcerer are really taking a beating here. They're fighting them all off, and just to look here, this is a huge blob, which is really good for Nurgle because they're just getting all these debuffs. And this one will only get worse. I believe it will upgrade here soon. Yep, there we go. Minus 20% for all types of damage from these guys. So they really can't do that much damage and land that much damage. Oh my lord. And here we go, Plague Ogres, really low health here, really low morale. Surprised they're still in the fight with a -1. And there they go, they're redding again. But not before I get a little bit of healing off on them. And as you'll see, they're going to go from very tired with the healing, get a little bit more stamina back, and they'll be back soon enough. But as you can see, they just can't get the kill on my lord. My lord is just too much melee defense here. This cloud of flies, it is just preventing them from getting any damage in. There's no hard hitters here besides the archers, but with the Ushabti surrounding me, the archers can't get any good shots in, really. The thing you should be doing with these archers is focusing on retreating units. Units that have rallied, get rid of them. Like that caster, you don't want to see him back here. These guys trying to aim at my lord in a blob of big, tall Ushabti surrounding him are not going to do anything. My Marauders, some of them came back actually and got a broke one of the archer units and got a charge in to the other archer unit, being able to crumble it. Casket of Souls going in melee here. It's going to be able to rout my units, but not be able to do that much. I moved my Sorcerer Lord in, not before getting another Doom and Darkness in on the Ushabti there to ensure that they stay crushing, stay crumbling, which they do fall there. Plague Ogres, once again, keep them in the battle. More health than they had before. Going in here, absolutely ripping up the Great Bows here. Another unit has diminished from the middle. Melee units almost completely gone from fighting my lord. All their units are engaged in melee, and it doesn't look like any one of them are going to win a melee fight here. And it looks like Seb right there took the defeat, as he saw barely any ammunition left. All your ranged units are gone besides one bow Ushabti. All his melee units are gone. And I just have too much tankiness and too much room to regenerate HP here to be able to win the battle. So that's going to be it for our battle. Very scrappy till the very end. Only had 3 units left by the end of it. Surprised army losses didn't kick in for me, but the Nurgle resilience to be able to heal all that health really came in handy towards me just surviving the battle. As you can see, very good value here from the Plague Ogres, basically paid for themselves. Knights got decent value. I believe they paid for themselves. I would have liked to got more out of them, but he did really good with these Ushabti, all getting over 1,000 value each, which was pretty good. 2,000 value from the Chosen of the Gods here. I feel like they could have gotten more if they shot at retreating units. Chaos Lord just got so much value just from chasing their Lord, but his value was so immense this battle just because of how tanky he was. It's really hard to take down those Nurgle characters when they get all the debuffs around you. And yeah, that is the battle. Knocked down my Exalted Plague Bearers. I was really devastated about this. They got killed so fast without even using their projectiles. So that was a big waste. Same with my Marauders. I'm thinking maybe the play would have just been more chaff rather than trying to outmaneuver, but I didn't want to give leeway for these horses to go wild on my backlines. But yep, that's going to be it for this time.